Hey guys, welcome to another vlog, and today is another car video. But today's a bit special because I've never ever driven this car before, and we got this. This is the McLaren 570S. Now, if you guys don't know about this car, this is the affordable McLaren. It is the Baby P1. It looks like a Baby P1, and I am driving it today. I'm not sure why someone would let me do this, but thanks to McLaren Sydney, I get to experience a McLaren today. And we're gonna go for a drive, Royal National Park, and see how it drives, see how it feels, show you guys around the car, and hopefully we'll have a good time. Alright, here it is. This is the McLaren 570S, what they call the affordable McLaren, or the McLaren for the masses, which is a bit stupid because this thing is running at over 300,000 Australian dollars. And yes, it is cheap for a McLaren, but it is not cheap. The 12C is kind of like my favorite McLaren of all time. I don't know, something about the shape, something about the looks, it's just amazing. But the thing is, the more I read about this car, I think the more I love it. The more this becomes my favorite McLaren ever. And this is the best one to actually own and drive every day and have fun. And by the way, did you guys have a look at the exterior of the car? It's always smiling. It's just something with the face. If the car is smiling, why wouldn't you be smiling as the driver? And this car loves you back. The more you give it, the more it gives back to you. The car was just designed extremely well. I feel like every corner, every curve, every line, everything about this car just fits perfectly to what you want a supercar to be. So it has the characteristics and the looks of a supercar. It looks amazing. It turns heads. We've been driving it everywhere, and you get so much attention from this car. And you know, you get it. It's a McLaren. Funny thing is, it gets the looks of a supercar, but it doesn't feel like a supercar. And it's right that they call it the sports series because it feels like a sports car. It's a supercar looks with a sports car handling, with a sports car feel, with a sports car characteristic, sports car everything. The more you look at it, the more you hear it, the more you feel it. It doesn't really feel like a McLaren. It feels more like an everyday car that just looks crazy. Car like this, you need a pretty cool door, and McLaren has not disappointed. But the thing is, getting in and out of this car is not the most graceful thing in the world, so you kind of have to like plan it. I feel like a girl with a skirt. Like, yo, and we're all sweet. Now this thing is powered by a V8 twin turbo engine. I'm pretty sure it's the same V8 as all the other cars that McLaren makes. It's just different hardwares and different tunes to make it a different power. Obviously, with McLarens, the thing that differs a lot is also the technology. So this car doesn't have the interlinking suspension that McLaren's known for. It went with this traditional suspension. And I don't think that's a bad thing because it feels amazing. So this is a standard double wishbone with an anti-roll bar, and you feel everything through, and you feel it because it's feedbacking to the car, and it's kind of awesome. Oh, and by the way, this car is a hydraulic powered steering. You lose a lot of the driving feel with electronic steering. And McLaren, for some reason, decided that a supercar should have hydraulic steering, and I think they're right. As we're going through twisty roads at Royal National Park here, the car just feels super tight and it does everything you want it to, like a push of a button. There is a bit of a lag though. Twin turbo V8, I'm not sure how the setup is. You feel a little bit of a lag because you do feel a massive kick when the turbo kicks in. It's not very progressive as I want it to be, but can't complain when a car sounds like this. Now for the inside, you can tell the interior quality is amazing. The trim, the feel, the build finish is just spectacular. Now, if you put it to this kind of scape, right? If you buy an AMG GTS, it's the most expensive or up there, like the S Coupe, most expensive AMG or Mercedes line you can get. But you still get little trims and little toggles and little instruments that you get in the C-Class. Now that's a $500,000 car, $300,000 car, something expensive, but you get it from like a $60,000, $70,000 car. There's always gonna be characteristics from that bloodline. Same with the Audi and the R8. Same with if you buy an M6, the interior is still gonna be somewhat similar to the 2 Series in some way or form. If you buy a McLaren, that's a different story because you're buying the entry level, meaning that your $300,000 McLaren shares the same design and quality as a $1 million P1. Now, the look is not going to be the same, but you see little instruments here and there, and that says a lot about this car's interior. That virtual cockpit, it looks amazing. You get everything in there, and information is just plenty. The MMI, the infotainment in the middle, looks awesome. It looks ridiculously beautiful. It doesn't work as well. It lags like crazy. As I can see, you type in a little bit here and there and it lags. But hey, it looks good. Shamefully enough though, you don't really hear much in the cabin, that engine sound, the exhaust. You lose a bit of the theatrics of this car. You do get more though from driving nicely. You get more of what you want out of this car. So it's not so much the characteristics of the engine, it's more the driving feel this car gives you. Oh, that acceleration, holy shit! That's what 562 horsepower sounds like and feels like. One thing I don't like about this car, just one thing, transmission. Why does it have to be a button? Why can't you give me, why can't it just something else? Why is that feels like a Fiat 500. Why does it have to be buttons? I don't like that. By the way, key's amazing. Key's better than my RS3. I'm still gonna complain about my RS3 key, by the way. Alright guys, is this better than a 911 Turbo? Is this better than an R8? Honestly, I can't tell you if it's better in every way, but if you were to give me a choice, if I would rather have this or a 911 Turbo, I'd rather have this. I buy this any day, any weekend, anytime. It feels amazing, it drives amazing, and it looks better than a Porsche. A Porsche looks amazing, but it doesn't look like a supercar. This looks like a supercar. I would put my money on this one. Alright, this has been a blast. I still can't believe I am actually driving a McLaren 570S. I can't believe that I'm driving a McLaren. This is once in a lifetime for me. Can't keep the smile on my face. Thanks again for Trivett and also McLaren Sydney for lending me this. Thanks to Lowdown for working together and collaborating on this video. Honestly, guys, I hope to have more of this kind of fun for you guys. I really hope the video turned out well. See you guys next time. It's a McLaren when the aircon unit has a little guy with a helmet.